What's going on, everybody? I'm Drew.
And I'm Kat.
And this is Let's Party, Prayer, and Punk Rock.
Yeah, it is.
Before we get started, got to do our Rochambeau.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna do this every time. Hopefully we remember because we both have ADD.
Right. We start out with a prayer and we figure we Rochambeau to see who's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Because we both want to do it.
And are we gonna do just like one or best out of three?
Best out of three to make it
Yeah,
interesting.
let's make it interesting.
All right. And then the winner prays. So we just doing it that way because it always seems like the winner wants to pray and feels
So
bad.
might as well. Yeah. So the winner prays.
Okay. Just do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we go.
All right.
Best out of three.
Go.
Ooh, gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I won that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
So
Do I always do the rock? I probably always do the rock, huh? First, you kind of know that about me now.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, tricky.
Yeah. I think you do always use the rock, too. I'm usually, I rarely use scissor. I don't know.
Good to know for next time.
Yeah, no, see, now, but mind games. Mind games.
So, yeah. And we should probably speak it because not everybody watches the YouTube channel of what it is. So, it was like rock and you covered me with paper.
Yeah.
And then I did
That's
scissors
right.
and you hit me with rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, you get to pray, LOKi.
All right, we'll just do it real quickly here. Lord, we just want to thank you for everything that you've done. And I pray, Lord, that you just be with all of us and allow us all just to grow in your name, Lord, and just allow us to have a great day, great weekend, great rest of our week, Lord, as we continue down the path to get to know you better, Lord. I pray in your name. Amen.
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 Thank you.
Sure bird.
Thank you.
So, it's been a little bit.
Yeah, we took 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had a surgery.
Yeah,
so
you
that kind of took some time.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I was kind of I had a double hernia surgery.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it, like a bilateral or hematoma, lateral nuclear fission hernia.
Oh, you got out and you're like, there was a
I got
robot.
a bulge in my side. Yeah, I have no idea. You know, and I thought it was. I really didn't know that, like, because they cut me, made an incision
in your belly button.
Yeah, right above my belly button.
Yeah.
And then they made 2 cuts along the side, like right above my legs or whatnot, or my hip bone area.
Through the muscle.
Yeah, and then they blew it up with air, you know, so the guy could get in there and maneuver around or whatever with his tools. And and put a mesh wall, you know, to keep my intestines pretty much from going bleh.
Ugh.
Because that's kind of like what that lump was. Not to be disgusting, but I mean, honestly, that's kind of what it was.
We talk about all sorts of things here.
We certainly do.
Party. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of, you saw it. It was like a bulge, and I could literally kind of push it in.
Oh.
And then I could feel it kind of
come out.
Pop out. I swear it was like a tug on my lung. It felt like, it was just, it was just like, dude.
Sorry if you're squeamish.
Yeah, I know, right?
But you are better now, friend.
Yeah, so that was October 17th. And it is now in November 3rd, 4th?
It was just my mommy's birthday, so.
3rd.
Jeez, I really
am. It is today.
It's
4th.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, it's I guess
it runs
it's been...
together. You've been home, so it's been nice to
It really
have
has kind of felt like, what day is it today?
Yeah.
You know? It's been nice. It really, and I really did take the time to sort of just sit back.
Yeah, you have.
And just especially the first couple of days. It happened on a Tuesday, so that whole Tuesday and Wednesday, I really tried to just chill.
Yeah.
Thursday, did some grocery shopping and moved around a little bit, but still, it was like I'd do that and then feel really winded.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until the following Monday, but yeah, it's been a little bit.
It's interesting, and we'll talk about this later after we do our movie and TV reviews and stuff. We're going to get a little bit more into the gospel and the word and God and peace. But it is interesting how sometimes God just sits us down, and it has to be something physical. For example, I broke my wrist. That's almost a year ago now. That's interesting. But when I broke my wrist, I was forced to sit down, pray, worship, and that's when I created my online course, my women's wellness and worship class. And it's interesting because if I hadn't broken my arm, I probably wouldn't be here now, you know, and you're still kind of in the middle of the broken arm, you're still coming out of your recovery, but, you've experienced some beautiful God moments in your
for sure.
3 weeks. Almost 3 weeks, hasn't been quite yet.
Yeah, almost. About 2.5 now.
And so it's just interesting how he sits us down sometimes. Yeah. And he says, praise him in the storm. I would say a hernia is a nice storm there.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But now you're on the other side and you feel like peaceful and like rejuvenated. And I just love that, That's cool.
Yeah.
So welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep, while I was sitting down, watched some movies.
Yeah, you did. You went through some...
I did, yeah. Yeah, I was sitting down. Yeah, we watched some movies together, but then I was watching my own
A lot of movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, why not? I don't even think that I had told you that I had watched this movie, Hypnotic. Did I tell you that? With Ben Affleck, and it's like something about him trying to find his daughter that had been missing, and And,
I think you did actually mention.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It wasn't too bad.
Hypnotic, and that was from what? Like how long ago?
Oh, but it was earlier this year. It had just premiered on Peacock. Maybe
you watched a new movie without me.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I did. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I thought we'd talked about it, and you were like,
Boy.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, maybe it wasn't that one. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's
Confessions
okay.
on the air.
Yeah, you can watch it again.
Okay,
I like Ben Affleck. He's really good.
Yeah, he is.
He's a good writer. He's very smart.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm bouncing around here, but I did just learn watching the Sly TV show. Yeah, that he is actually so freaking smart. I didn't know he was.
Yeah. Well, that was one that we watched. Was
Sly.
Yeah,
it was Sly.
Yeah, well, I mean, we actually haven't finished it really, but
I have learned in watching half of it.
Yeah, that he was college grad.
Yeah, and like how he wrote like Rocky and wrote
I didn't know you didn't know that.
I did not know that, and I love
didn't
writing.
know you haven't seen that.
Yeah, I mean I've seen
probably bits and pieces.
I mean when I was young, I
saw the one with Mr. T.
Baby, I don't remember movies we saw a year ago.
I know you do have a problem. That's right.
Oh man, God has gifted me in many ways. Memory is not one of them.
Yeah.
I do remember like the good, like the really important things in my life. Of course, I can remember.
Well, yes, of course.
Hopefully that will continue through as old age happens. I'm gonna like say sorry now for my grandma brain that happens to you.
Throwing the remote at my head because Wheel of Fortune's not on. It's up there.
It'd be like Friends now for me because.
Yeah.
Because like Wheel of Fortune was totally like grandma.
Oh yeah, that was definitely my grandma.
Jeopardy.
Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
All Saturday Evening Post. Lawrence Welk. Now we're going way back.
Columbo.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
And he always got it. Went, one more question.
Oh,
it was always that way. Oh, and one more thing. You're like, here it is.
That's the best part of the show. You just gotta fast forward to the end.
That's kind of like what Knives Out and all that is. It really is. I didn't even think
sure
about that.
Is. Yep.
And then at the end, it's like, oh wait, but then there was this because you did that, and you're like, look at that. That's funny.
Yes.
I remember that. That was funny. I remember being a kid not wanting to watch the beginning of it because it's like, it's boring. I'll wait till the end.
Yeah, the end.
And then it would be, the end, like, oh wow, oh he did it. Oh, okay, cool.
And then Rockford Files.
I do remember seeing that. I never watched it, but I remember seeing it on TV.
James
or like
Garner.
Starsky and Hutch or whatever.
Yeah, I never really watched that.
No.
Or Mama's House.
Oh, Mama's Family.
Family.
Yeah, I did watch that.
That was good.
Mama's Family or What's Happening. I did watch What's Happening.
Cosby
Show. Yeah.
The later.
Oh, hell yeah. Cosby Show.
Okay, we just rabbit holed.
I know we did.
Not on the pre-production list.
So back to the movies.
Back to the movies.
We saw Back to the Future. They had the Back to the Future.
That was
day
a really cool transition.
A few weeks ago, so we went and saw you like that? Bing, ding, ding. We did. We went and saw Back to the Future back in the theaters.
Yeah, and we took all our kids. Right? Mm-hmm. Everybody went, or was it just Jack? Actually.
No, I thought we did take everybody, didn't we? Because we went in with Nathaniel.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be the day when they're in the future, the actual day.
Mm-hmm. And
where they're like, hoverboard cars and all the things, right?
Yeah, because
that was what it was.
Well, that's what's weird because it was like I thought it was like November 5th or something like that, and that's why I was like, man. But I think it's actually one of the dates in the movie was October 22nd or because I do remember that date. Maybe I don't know, or
well,
maybe that was
it was in the
maybe
theater.
that was a date when that the movie was set. I don't know. Like their current time. I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like their current date, like Marty McFly's current date.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. Well, we probably should have known
I'm
that.
totally drawing a blank on that, and I've seen that movie 100 times. In fact, I remember seeing that when it originally came out in the theaters. And after the movie, and it was at Marina Pacifica. And after, and I remember seeing a billboard for like Police Academy 2, like coming soon. It's funny. But like, I remember after the movie, they gave you a sticker, and it said that I've been Back to the Future. Whatever. I'm like, yeah, and I remember there being a line, like, Marina Pacifica.
Oh, yeah.
There was just a line just stretching. Because the box office, when you went down into the theater, the box office used to be right at, when you went to the left of the older theaters, it was just right there in the front. So that whole area in the back was just like, you just circled. It was crazy. Just tons of people. I remember that. That's funny.
That's really interesting. I think I was too little still. What
it
year
was
did
85, so I was 9.
4.
Yeah.
I was 4.
Yeah.
I maybe did go. I just have no memory of it. But I grew up with Marty McFly. I had a crush on him.
I remember after the movie, I went home and put a banana. Or no, that was Beverly Hills Kite. That's the wrong movie. But my buddy actually, he held on to the back of this one guy's pickup truck and he gunned it. And he ended up just slipping out on his board and ended up breaking his collarbone. Oh my gosh.
How many cars did you attach yourself to on your skateboard?
Like 2 or 3. My Uncle Jerry's.
He knew?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he drove slow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Or like I did it like on my, sister driveway. Let me just do it real quickly. Just real fast. I was like 9, 10 years old.
Oh, you're like Jack.
Yeah, but it was like,
Jack,
but it was
you're
quick.
You're like daring like Jack.
It was quick though because we had those small little crappy skateboards too, little plastic narrow ones like the
so
70s
dangerous.
style. So it was just like kind of speed wobbling way too much.
Oh heavens.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Well, it definitely was fun to go see it in the theater. And
it was
a big picture.
And we had just been to Universal Studios a little bit earlier too, so it was kind of cool to say, hey, remember we actually drove right through there in the tram, like Jack and Amelia and them were kind of getting a kick out of that.
That was cool. That was cool. Oh, ESPN, World Series, baby.
Yeah, well, actually, this is about the Angels. They're declining a $9 million option on an infielder.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Baseball, at this point, Rangers won the World Series.
And congratulations.
Yeah.
Because that was their first time ever.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
I didn't know that. I didn't know they had never won the World Series, and I didn't know that they're the oldest team to never win the World Series. And the coach that came back is his first year back coaching, and his first year back coaching, he takes the team to the World Series. And not only it's a first team, you're one of the oldest.
Tell them what you told me this morning about that coach. The
About
story
what?
About his granddaughter.
Oh yeah, well they did the parade around here, and when they did it, after they were done with it, because they each got to drive in each individual car, each of the players, and everyone said, "Hey, what's going on?" And after the granddaughter was riding in his car, and when they finished, he was like, "I want to do that again." And I guess he was telling the story, and it was his way of saying that he's gonna be back next year to coach because she had said, "I want to do this again." And he's like, "All right, let's do it again next year."
Yeah.
And everybody was. I mean, there was like 500,000 people there.
I knew it was.
That's insane.
I'm so glad that nothing happened to that group of people because it was a lot of people. I was worried about that.
Yeah.
The terrorist stuff or whatever, but
well, yeah.
because when it's like large people put together. But yeah, I'm so glad. I'm sure everybody's hungover today.
Well, and I'm glad that they didn't tear the city apart.
Yeah.
If it was L.A., I'm sorry, L.A., but we know what happened when the Lakers won the championship.
Yeah. So yes, glad everybody's safe, and I know a lot of people around here are super happy, so that's nice.
Yeah. It makes the roads much nicer and safer.
Woo.
So what else we got here? We also watched one of the newer ones that are out, right?
Yep.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I fell asleep halfway through.
You did.
I didn't
That's
really
how
want to
much
watch
she
it
liked
anyway. I don't know. I'm like over
that
all
was
this scary stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's for those who don't know, it's based on a game about, being able to stay the night for 5 nights in this Freddy's pizzeria place or whatnot. And it's like it's like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yep.
And the animatronics in this establishment kill people. They're possessed by children who kill people. And it closed down, and pretty much everybody, if they listen to the podcast, I'm sure pretty much everybody knows what Five Nights of Freddy is roughly about.
Yeah.
And I mean, and it was okay. It wasn't horrible, but I mean, man, it just.
I mean, I like the actor. Jack told
Josh
us
Hutcherson.
Jack told us
Hutchinson.
What was he in again?
Well, he was a little kid that was in Kicking and Screaming, but then he was also in Hunger Games.
Yeah, he's the guy in Hunger Games, the good one, the nice one, the one that you like, right?
The one that she was with but didn't really love?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but he's the one that you end up liking, right?
I believe so, yeah. And he's like a child actor. He was like a Disney kid. I think it was like Josh and Drake or something like that. He was in. He was a little kid,
Josh.
He
looks like a Disney kid.
Yeah, a lot of that's Miley Cyrus. Look at all of them. But
I liked his acting. He is good, but the girl who played the police officer was weird. Yeah. That whole relationship was weird. That was super forced.
And it just seemed like there were characters that were only in there for a twist or for the plot. Like, they had no real point in the story. Yeah, and just the way this movie neatly sort of tied all this stuff together. Like I don't know. To me, it would have been better off if obviously this has like an attraction. It made like $70 million its opening weekend. But the movie also premiered if you have Peacock and you could just stream it at home. Yeah. But it still made $70 million at the theater, so like either people wanted to see it in the theater or no one has Peacock. But
yeah. But it was Halloween weekend.
Yeah, and
too.
It was Halloween weekend.
That,
a lot of kids, a lot of younger kids know what this is, and I bet you they could have made sort of like a series on it, like an Hunger Games, made an ongoing series. It just felt like this was so neatly tried to put in, and nightly woven to have this kind of an ending, and everything tied together too well. Yeah, and it was like I just don't. Yeah, it just didn't fly. And it had good elements, but
it was a little gruesome. You said towards the end there was some mutilation of people's bodies.
Oh well, there are. It's PG-13. There are some violent parts in it. Well, the main one was pretty much like a girl. It's about midway through when they're this girl goes in there and she hears noises and essentially this child's hand comes out of one of the animatronics. And when it pulls her in halfway, and then its mouth just chomps down. And then you just see the next shot is the floor, and you just see half a body fall on the floor. And then, maybe a second, and then goes to the next scene. And it's like, oh, okay, But it's like they don't really, that to me was kind of the problem. They didn't give too much of the backstory. Like, okay, look, I understand, the gruesomeness of a child killer or whatever. And, I don't understand how this guy's dreams are tied to it. I don't get. Was he a sorcerer? Was he some sort of a demon worshiper or something? How is he getting these kids' spirits and these animatronics? Or
is he a devil?
Yeah, is he some mad scientist that actually has kids in there like a cyborg thing, something? But there was no
answer.
There was nothing. It was just kind of And at one point, they're nice. They're all laying on the floor together and looking at the stars. Essentially, I don't know. It just was all over the place and strange. Yeah. Kids will like it more than the adults, I think, for sure.
Jack and Amelia liked it.
Yeah,
definitely liked
it. Yeah, Nathaniel hasn't seen it yet. Sam liked it.
Did he like it?
Mm-hmm. They don't really. It doesn't seem like the kids seem to mind so much on some of these stories if the story gets shifted
Amelia
around.
said she thought it was scarier than the boogeyman.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting.
I thought the boogeyman was way more scary. Again, I only watched half of the movie.
Maybe she can relate to it a little bit more, just because she's been in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Sure.
And what if that went wrong?
Sure.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Because honestly, now if we went to Chuck E. Cheese,
I'd be a little more freaked out.
I wouldn't be sitting at the stage with dude, can I move? I'm going to beat the crap out of this thing right now. What's up, dude? Chuck. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, sure. I don't believe it. You're gonna turn me to cheese. That's what it's all about. That's why the pizzas are all mismatched. Different people involved in that pizza.
Oh, no.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I mean, but it's, especially if you see it like on TV here, it's not
If
horrible.
It's free, go ahead.
All right, you know what I mean?
We saw it for free.
For sure.
We also have been watching LOKi on TV.
Yeah, the second season started a couple of weeks ago. And,
oh my goodness, you are having a lot of
Yeah, I know the Jets and everyone's
today.
trading. We'll have to turn that down for now because I don't care about the Jets.
But let's say, like, the Lakers did win the other day.
That was awesome.
That was
played
a
the Clippers.
really good game.
And I didn't realize that the Clippers, or the Lakers, had not beaten the Clippers, was like since 2020. Like July 2020, it was like 11 games. And they had so finally...
Yeah, so that was a big
in overtime.
And they came back. I thought they were going to lose.
Yeah.
But the end.
Yeah, because they were losing, and then they built a 19-point deficit. And what was that?
And then Reese, he's like is it Reese is his name?
Reeves.
Yeah,
white
boy. We call him white boy.
Reeves.
He always gets those 3-pointers, but he got the ball, grabbed it, fell, and then chucked it.
Yeah, he slid. It was like a slide on the ground or something, like a dance move.
Yeah, and then he passed it, but they were all on him.
Yeah.
So he passed it to maybe Russell.
I think it was.
It was Russell, and he was open because they were all on him, but then he was on the floor. So oh my gosh, I think I sat up and was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And then in overtime, there was I think you'd gone to sleep. I don't know if you were up.
Yeah,
but,
I did fall asleep before the end.
But Reeves stole a pass and was running down, there was no one in front of him, and then LeBron was behind him. And he was just dribbling, and then he just kind of tossed it over his shoulder without looking, and then LeBron just came up, alley-oop, boom! And it was just oh, I mean, that was the end. At that point in overtime, it was Lakers are going to get it, you know?
Love it.
Oh, it was great.
Man.
That was so cool.
Yeah, so that was cool.
That was nice.
So thank you, ESPN, for bringing it up.
Yep.
Back to LOKi, though. So, with LOKi, you rewatched the first season with me because I hadn't seen it.
Because it almost been 2 years since the last season.
So you got a little more updated before you started season 2.
And it's a good series. I mean, they're kind of smart with what they're doing because the first season of LOKi with the ending, it ties into Ant-Man 3.
Right.
So if you kind of want to know a little bit more, then you got to watch the show or whatever. And a lot of these are kind of going that route now. Doctor Strange 2, you had to watch WandaVision to sort of understand, or whatever,
right.
And so they're the new Marvels movie.
That again.
Yeah, that was great. The new Marvels movie that's coming out, is tied with the Miss Marvel TV show that was just on a little bit. All these little things. But so at the end of that one, it ties into Ant-Man 3, and now this season it kind of goes because the bad guy Kang is essentially going to be I guess the new Thanos.
Yeah.
In the Marvel phases.
Hey, do we have a new one to watch?
We do. Yeah, that would be the 5th episode. Yeah,
they're going to do a total of 6.
Well, the first season had 6, so I don't know. This might be longer.
Maybe.
I'm just assuming they probably would have 6.
It's good. I like the actor who plays LOKi.
Yeah.
I've really gotten to LOKi's character.
David Hiddleston, I think is his name.
And I do like the relationship between him and it's a love story too, And
it's
I know it's the female version of him or whatever. But,
but
they're he can't read her mind or anything. Although she can read his. She can't because he's too strong.
Yeah.
She's got the power of feeling other people's feelings. Yeah. She can see your past and your life if you're weak enough. He's too strong. Mm-hmm. She tried to do it to him, but he can't. But anyway, there's that. I like all that mushy, girly, and it's kind of stuff.
And I like it too because it's not all superhero-y. It's more like a mystery, and it's got more of a story to it. I mean, there's fighting and action in it, but it's not all these elaborate action set pieces, what I mean?
It's it's got timeline that breaks off, and there's multiple versions of different people the same person living on these different timelines.
Yeah.
They're called variants, and it's just it's makes you think. Not that none of it's real.
Yeah.
So they could do, the way they ended this last episode, I'm dying to see how they handled this, because it looked like everybody
was going to blow up the timeline or whatever.
Yeah, so it's interesting. I definitely think you could watch it with your kids.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a few bad words, but it's not. There's no F words. It's all it's all Marvel language. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it may be boring some of it for them.
Because it is more of an intriguing to me. It's more of an intriguing story. Yeah, it's a mystery, and you really got to like listen and pay attention to it because they throw things out there that you're like, oh wait,
which is really hard for me.
Yeah, well, same here too. It's like we're on volume like 85,
just to keep our attention.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's been really good. So they're on episode 5. We got to watch episode 5 now, but they just aired that on Thursday. And that's when the new ones air.
And
Thursday
that's on
nights.
Disney.
It's 9 p.m. Eastern, so it would be 8 p.m. our time, Central, or 6 Pacific.
Yeah, and Disney.
Yes, on Disney Plus.
And then Chosen, we've been watching. That, what are we in, season 2, kind of halfway through?
Yeah, you're I think on episode 8. I'm on episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always a good one because it makes me feel
it's a good one to fall back on.
Like I'm encountering Jesus, like walking around, like just, like I just want to be surrounded by Jesus. So I love it. I love watching it.
And that is on Peacock.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. The first season is on Netflix, but they're coming out with a 4th season, so there's a few seasons here.
Yeah, that's right. They have 3 out right now.
It's the Bible stories and
essentially a story of Jesus and just kind of his
and just
path
experiencing him and things he did. I just love it. It's so good.
They move some things around a little bit.
They play a little bit, but
it's just nice to see a story like that that's actually gained momentum. You know what I mean? It's not. It's it's kind of getting because I think they even air it like I don't know what time it is here, but it was they aired the repeat episodes or whatever
on cable, right?
Well, no, on like Channel 9. Like in California, it was on like KCAL or whatever, or something like that.
So like
at like 7 o'clock on a Sunday. You know, I was like, oh, cool, right
good.
On. It's like in prime time area.
Good.
That's kind of cool.
Well, we just also saw the movie After Death. And that was
through Angel Studios. Yep.
Yes, and that's Angel Studios does Chosen.
And they do a lot of the Jesus Revolution. Was that part of Angel Studios, or was that on its own?
I don't know.
Remember.
That's a good question.
But a lot of those all come from that studio.
Angel
company,
Studios, and they offered free movie tickets through their website on Angel Studio if you wanted to go see it.
Because people were donating money for people to see the movie.
Pay it forward.
Yeah.
So that there wouldn't be a financial burden and they could go see it. And basically,
that's pretty cool.
The book Imagine Heaven was written by this pastor, and I can't remember his name right now, but they interview him. I met him. My mom, stepmom Lisa, goes to the church that he is the pastor at in Austin, Texas. And so he signed my book, and he's in this movie, and he's speaking about different people's after-death experiences. And him and a few other people.
It's like a documentary. I mean, that's essentially what the movie is.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting.
It is. And they talk about how you have like a out-of-body experience, obviously, and you're like hovering over, your body and things. There's no way your brain was off. There's no way you'd be able to know these things. And then you tell the doctors, like, yeah, I saw you move this utensil into this drawer.
Or a conversation.
Or whatever it is. And so... And then what these people saw, like the lights and the 16 different instrumental types of music that were so beautiful. They've never heard music like this before. It was just so incredible. And they've never felt love the way they like talk about heaven. But then you have the opposite side of the person who felt hell, and there was demons tearing off his skin and biting his skin off and laughing, and it was terrifying, and he didn't belong there. And help me,
that's what
man. And so it was both like heaven and hell, and people's real experiences, like dipping their toes into that. And Jesus showed up, talked to people, and then people didn't want to go back down because they felt perfect in love with, God. And it's like, and a lot of them did come back down and have many losses and struggled. The one woman lost her child after she came back. But if she hadn't have felt God, she may have lost her salvation, knowing that he knew she was going to lose this child,
kind of
so maybe it prepared her. This is real fascinating. So I highly recommend seeing that one.
Yeah, because it essentially is like, 5 or 6 people's experiences, something like that, right? And it's all like, one guy was in a car accident where like a truck just like flattened it or whatever against the side of a bridge, and another guy was in a airplane accident that just smacked right into a monument to some and then these other ones, some guy had some like disease where like his stomach was eating himself or something like that, right? It was like when he was like vacationing in Paris. And and it was like they all had the kind of the same forefront. Yeah, it was all like, I was kind of seeing everything from the outside, and it was weird because I'm like looking at my body, but I'm right here.
And I could feel my whole body.
Yeah, it was like I never felt more alive. I never felt better than in my entire life. And and like when they like they all kind of had that. It seemed, all right, this is what's going on. Hey, what's going on?
Like they're peace.
Kind of flickering here and there, and then all of a sudden they're one way or another. And it was interesting
light
too,
going up to heaven.
And it was interesting too, because you see the movie, you'll get to hear like what they had to say in their detail, but the music and like, man, it was like 16 different songs going on, but you could hear each one individually, and all the it was like whoa, or the colors you just couldn't imagine on the color spectrum, all these things. But that like. It was interesting me with those people that did have the downfall and like started to like, it was almost like when they were talking about their experiences about essentially like, almost going to hell, whatnot, it's not like they ever had them and were just taking them with them. It was, they had to lure them like, no, you want to come this way. Like they didn't have power over them, but they had enough to get them down that way. And the second that they asked for Jesus' help, it was like they were gone,
The one man said, I just finally started singing Jesus Loves Me.
Yeah.
From Sunday school.
Yeah.
And then that finally I was able to tap into that, and then I was
and it's like and it was interesting, like, man, God just gives you a chance
so many
all the way down the line,
Yeah.
Right. But it was interesting too to like hear their reactions after the fact, because one guy, he was like severely depressed because he was he
didn't want to be bound.
Man, I don't want to be here, and then, but other people were like called to write books, and that one lady was like up at 3 a.m, just at least every day writing a few chapters and talking about her experience, and it's just interesting to hear these things, and
it's hope filling,
it really is.
Gives you big faith. So if you needed a dose of some good faith, that's a good movie to check out for sure.
It's a heavy topic, you know what I mean? But it is an interesting topic. It's not necessarily the, hey, family, let's gather around the TV and watch After Death. But,
I was
but it was
excited.
intriguing enough to make it that way.
I made a statement when I found out about this movie. And not that you ever said you didn't want to go, but I came at you like,
I'm
hey,
going whether you want to or not.
I'm going to this movie. This has come out this weekend, and I'm going. Do you want to go? Because if you don't want to go, I'm still going. Did you want to go?
I go, hold on.
It's funny. Poor Amelia fell asleep halfway through it because she was super interested.
Well, it's our fault. We went and saw it at like 9:30.
I know, because it was
a Saturday night. But But I guess it had been a long day though too.
We had played and just done things.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. So let's see. We had Halloween. That was fun.
We did. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Kids dressed up, did their thing.
Trick-or-treated, carved some pumpkin.
Ate a lot of candy.
Still eating candy.
My sister came down from Oregon.
Oh, you had family in town. Janae.
Yes.
And Chris.
Hi, Aunt Janae and Uncle Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they came down. We hung out. They'd never really been here. Chris has been here like for business and stuff, but they had never really been here. They've been to Austin before.
Yeah, they got to like tourist it a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
so
nice.
we went down to where JFK was shot, in the little area right down there, and that was we stopped, parked, walked around and stuff. It is pretty interesting. We should watch that movie.
We will, and then we'll talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah, for sure, because it is interesting. But then after that, we went to hang out there for an hour or two, and then we went over to the stockyards and stuff and did all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was working. I was subbing.
You have been subbing.
So I didn't get to go.
Not on a submarine. She hasn't been on a submarine.
No.
She's been subbing, like teaching. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I've been teaching at the elementary school.
In the Navy? What's going on?
Yeah. No way. I've been teaching kindergarten and 4th grade. Those are the two. And they're so fun.
What do you think of teaching kindergarten?
Oh, Lord. That you set me up. Are you setting me up? This is my thought on kindergarten. I love them. They're so squishy and cute and loving and huggy and kissy and sweet. But they're also very, very baby still. And so their attention spans are about 8 seconds. And when you got 18 of them. By yourself. I mean, if I had a little like help, I think I would enjoy it more. It's, but I definitely.
Does that help? Put them all in
a little baby pen.
Yeah, baby pen. Kindy pen.
They're definitely tougher to, it's a lot more work.
Sure.
The 4th grade is so fun because they're just really interested. They want to know what I'm saying. They listen while they joke around with you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little more grown, and they want to race me outside, and it's just, I don't know. I like it better. It's a little older.
That's cool.
I'm gonna probably try out some middle school. Sam wants me to go.
That's right.
You're
gonna try that beast.
Yeah, and you were called to work on, like with the youth. And it looks like you're going to be working with 7th grade too, maybe.
Yep.
Or 6th.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It is funny. We're like being called to work with these little snotty tweeners.
Tweeners?
I don't know. They're tweens. They're not quite teenagers, 11, 12.
Tweenagers.
13,
Tweeners.
yeah. They're tweeners. But they need the most help, I swear. They're going from like little kid and teenage. That's a tough age, man. All those hormones, especially for girls.
I can remember that age.
Oh, it's so tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, Drew and I have been called. Really, Drew was put on the heart of someone at our church to work with the teens, and it's been on your heart to be working with kids. So it kind of has worked out. That was kind of a beautiful blessing of your time off here, I think.
Yeah.
That came out of that. And we're doing that every Wednesday now. So if you have a teenager, Compass has like super fun, come hang out 6th to 12th grade Wednesday nights at 6:30.
Yeah. Well, the doors open at 6:30. I think it starts at
7. But it's like hang out.
8:30.
And then they do little groups afterwards.
It's a big old thing too, yeah.
And the kids are super into worshiping. Their hands are up. They're like having the best time. It's the best service to go to, personally.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
It definitely was.
So pray for our journey in that space.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So I did bring.
What do you have there?
I know.
What do you got? What's going on?
Do the movie Scene
Are you trying to set me up?
SCENE. Seen it.
All right, you're gonna give me.
I'm gonna do
some trivia.
I'm gonna give
some
you
Stump Drew.
I'll do. Yep. Let's Stump the Drew. Need a jingle for that.
Yep. No, that was my jingle.
Okay.
No.
All
Stump Drew.
You'd like to burp after too. All right, let's try this one.
Okay.
Which movie won 3 2020 Oscars for Best Picture, Best Director, Best International Feature Film? Huh. I would not have known that. 2020 Best Picture,
2020?
Director, and International Feature Film.
Is that Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I would have thought that, but it is not. Okay.
Is it...
It's an international film.
International? I was going to say Nomad. No. Does it start with a C?
No.
Does it start with a letter of the alphabet?
Yeah.
All right, we're on the right track. Huh. An international?
Yeah.
Huh.
You ready for it?
Who's in it? Can you give me a clue on that?
Doesn't say. I don't know.
I mean, you don't know, though?
I have never seen it. Nope.
Who is that? What is it?
Starts with a P.
Starts with a P.
Does that help you?
Is it one word?
Yeah.
2020 Best Picture? It won 2020 Best Picture?
Won 3 2020 Oscars for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best International.
And you don't know who the director was?
I do not. I don't even know what it's about. I mean, obviously it's about what the name is, but can I just tell you?
Sure.
Parasite.
Oh, okay.
What is that about?
Picture? That's the I think it's Japanese. It's something about like
it won Best Picture?
Like a family. I didn't know won Best Picture.
That's what Movie's Seen It says.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe they're wrong. All right, ready? Which movie did Mary J. Blige earn an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress and the Best Original Song, making her the first person to be nominated in both categories? I would not know this. I don't think you're going to know this either. No offense. But I'll be, like, really impressed if you do.
Just trying to...
it is a one word.
Yeah, I don't know.
Starts with an M.
M? Oh, I don't know.
Mudbound?
Ooh, I don't know. Mudbound?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last one.
This is tough.
This is really getting you this time. Which U.S. city is Pet Detective Ace Ventura's home turf?
Oh, isn't that Miami?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Guy!
Man,
something!
You're not going to always know all the things.
It's not fair.
Which movie won the 2021 Oscar for Best Picture, Best Actress, and Best Director?
That's Everything Everywhere All
No, but you did say it.
Oh, Nomad?
Yeah, Land. Nomad Land.
Yeah, Nomadland. I think that's one. It's got Frances McDormand.
Okay, last one. Ready? Here we go.
All right.
Which character from the comedy Anchorman has a dog named Baxter?
Oh, come on. Which character?
Did we already do this one?
It sounds familiar.
Ron Burgundy. Yeah, we did this one. Yeah, because you asked me this and I didn't know. We got to put this aside and be like, don't use this on the podcast. We've done it before. All right, good job.
All right.
Good job.
Thank you.
I
got 2 right, but 1 was really easy. Those are tough. Jeez.
I know. It's weird when you're on camera. You know, when you're off camera, you know all of them. But when you get put on camera, it's like...
Yeah, when I get put on camera, I'm asked what Mary J. Blige was in. I go, what?
I didn't know a lot. I didn't know any of those. But I never really know any of them, so... All right. Funny. You want to read Jesus Calling for us?
Yes. Let's go ahead. We're moving on to that.
Bringing it back down.
Bringing it back down. All right. So, today, this is November 4th.
Yeah.
So, walk peacefully with me. Walk peacefully with me through this day. You are wondering how you will cope with all that is expected of you. You must traverse this day like any other, one step at a time. Instead of mentally rehearsing how you will do this or that, keep your mind on my presence on taking the next step. The more demanding your day, the more help you can expect from me. This is a training opportunity since I designed you for deep dependence on your shepherd, King. Challenging times wake you up and amplify your awareness of needing my help. When you don't know what to do, wait while I open the door. Wait while I open the way before you. Trust that I know what I'm doing and be ready to follow my lead. I will give you strength and I will bless you with peace. Exodus 33:14. The Lord replied, my presence will go with you and I will give you rest. I agree. We got Hebrews 13:20 and 21. May the God of peace, who through the blood of the eternal covenant brought back from the dead our Lord Jesus Christ, that great shepherd of the sheep, equip you with everything good for doing his will. And may he work in what is pleasing to him through Jesus Christ, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen.
Amen.
It's interesting because that's kind of like the way I've been feeling this last couple of weeks. Right. You know, like maybe this has been my opportunity to sort of like slow down, you know, just kind of take more dependence on, you know, take it off of myself and just allow it to give it to him, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, like I went for a walk last week, you know, or yesterday. And yeah, and that's really what it felt. It felt like, you know, finally just sort of, man, just stopping and just taking time to understand what's going on and just appreciate what God has given you and just slowing down, like just everything, you know, walking, thinking, you know, reacting. You know, you see a sign about a eucalyptus tree, you know, stop, read it. Why not? Where you got to go? You know, we're always trying to think about what's going on, what the next thing we have to get going. You know, oh, I got to get laundry, or I got to get to this or that, or, you know, and some of these things we don't necessarily need to make such a priority about. And, you know, we create it more of a mountain than it should be just a little molehill, you know. And so it was just kind of interesting to me to see that and just kind of feel that these last couple of weeks as well.
Yeah, you know? Like an affirmation of, sit with me, be in my peace.
Yeah, slow
down, hear me, you know, like really, like it's interesting going into prayer. I particularly am a talker, where you just don't talk and you just sit and you try to hear what God is trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Shh. Listen.
Yeah.
Because we get so busy telling God all our things. It's like, dude.
Or we just expect things should be a certain way, or, you know, well, I need this now, or, you know.
Yeah.
Or, you know, like, I want to get this off my plate, or we just have this anxious attitude a lot of the time, you know.
Spending time being quiet, breathing in His Holy Spirit. Breathing Him into your body. I highly recommend that. I do classes on that. But it's very simple. Prayerful time with God, quiet time with God. It can be while you're pooping, dude. It can be, you know, where do you, you know, whatever, man. Take a shower. Give it.
Or while you're pooping, dude.
Even when you're pooping, dude.
While you're pooping, dude. That should be like a bumper sticker we have, like, while you're pooping, dude, and then just let's party, prayer, and punk rock.
You know, our digestive tract sits us all down every day, okay?
Right.
If that's the only time you pray, let it begin there, man.
Day, you are being held back.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, I didn't expect to talk about that, but here we are.
Hey, here we are. Because we're all pooping, dude.
Because we're all pooping, dude. Oh,
but it is nice to kind of get to feel that way, you know, and just kind of recognize that, because I think that's the toughest thing, is to recognize that and really then do something about it, you know. I mean, we can all say, oh yeah, I know, I need to slow down, I need to stop worrying so much, I need to stop doing, like, then we really need to, like, and you know, and I say this, but like, I mean, I kind of had to be thrown back with the surgery thing and stuff, but it really did help me just sort of, you know, all right, you know, take a deep breath and just...
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What will you do differently once you go back to your normal routine that you learned from this past experience of being home?
I think probably just not letting things get to me so much, not reacting. I don't know. I mean, sometimes like I put stuff on myself that I shouldn't at work, you know, like trying to get things done, you know, like now, so that way I don't have to do them later, or, you know, like I'll just do it quickly before I have to leave. So, you know, I don't know. Like, yeah, just kind of just having a little bit more, less pressure on myself, and just kind of like, I don't know, just regaining more of who I used to be, you know, just more just relaxed and understanding and carefree and at peace.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that.
You know?
Man.
So,
well, they say
I'm going to work on that. Just being humble.
Yeah. There. Yep.
And there it is.
And there it is.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, I meet you in that space.
Thank you. And what are you going to do now that I'll be back to work? You going to party? Finally, I'll be gone.
I'll still be subbing and doing Reiki and picking up all the kids. It has been nice to have you home to help with all of the car rides.
Oh, yeah.
It is a lot. You have a new, found respect for my day, though, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to do it a little bit, but yeah, I've had to realize that, man, that's batshit crazy.
Well, now we got one driving himself around, so that's good.
That does help.
That is helpful.
And I guess the law in Texas is they're 18. They can
drive
younger kids?
Yeah.
Or do they have to be older adult? Like, I can't remember what it is.
Well, Nathaniel just took the test, and he said that once you're an adult, you can drive around with a kid.
Yeah,
but we should probably verify that.
Yeah, probably should. Yeah. That's why they haven't driven with him yet.
Add that to the to-do list.
Yeah, exactly. But.
All right. Well, we are going to listen to a song that you've been kind of listening to more frequently.
A little bit lately, yeah.
And Jack likes the song, and I like the song. Have you listened to it with the other kids? Have they heard it?
Yeah. I think we all listened to it in the car at one point.
On Sunday, huh?
Yeah, at some point.
All right. Well, now you. Let's party.
Now you, the listener.
Rock. Yeah.
Well, the artist, his name is Atmosphere, and he's been around for a little while. I think we may have been playing him. We played a song by him before. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's been an artist for quite a while.
Yeah, he's popular, like famous, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know he's more underground than he is. You know, he's not Drake or something like that. Right. You know, but he did just do a show with a lot of those like Slightly Stupid and you know, kind of that sort of vibe. But yeah, he's from Minneapolis. I always have such a tough time saying
Minneapolis?
that. Minneapolis. I always want to say like Minnie and Annapolis. I don't know.
Giving yourself more work.
I know I am. Trying to be an auctioneer. And yeah, he's been around the block, I guess, quite a few times. Has a few albums out. He's also with another kind of collective group, and they call themselves Living Legends, and it's got Grouch and Eli in it.
Oh yeah,
some of these other artists.
The lyrics are really good in this, so listen.
Yeah, I mean that's what's good. That's what is good about this.
And if you have iTunes, you can look up the song, and it'll like give you all the lyrics, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On iTunes, that's what I do like about it, because sometimes you're listening to the song, and it's like, well, okay.
The lyrics are good, but they're kind of fast.
Yeah, exactly. So this song is called "Okay."
Right.
Everything's gonna be okay. Exactly.
And it is going to be okay.
It is going to be okay. Yeah. And it just came off of one of their newest albums here. It's with him and this other guy, Slug, and he's actually worked with them a long time. And the album is called "So Many Other Realities Exist Simultaneously." Boy, I'm having a tough time with words. I know, that's an easy... I mean, why wouldn't the...
LOKi?
I know, right?
The variant?
Yeah, exactly. Someday it will be found.
Yeah.
So this song is called "Okay." We hope you enjoy it. And we hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Yes, we love you for listening.
Yeah, I love you guys. You guys take care out there.
Kiss your wife.
Okay.
Gonna be alright. It'll be okay. I think that needs to be established for all of us that are easily distracted, impatiently waiting for that American dream, staring at the cracked screen of my anti-fax machine. Crash landed where the woke intersect with the exhausted. They asked if I'm depressed. I don't doubt it. I was told it all began as a quest for some knowledge, progress. After you process the conflict, I'll be okay. And if I got one wish, I'd probably waste it trying to make myself an optimist. It's ironic because most of my thoughts are positive. Just hop in the whip, I promise not to drive off of the cliff. Happiness is my favorite physical feature, but I'm afraid I'll figure out that it's a mythical creature. I need to believe in a simulation that we living in. Spent the whole stimulus check on some stimulants. I'll be okay. Just freestyle the answers. If you feel it, put your hands up in front of surveillance cameras, okay? I don't take the buffet for granted, make you understand it when you see me licking my plate. We gotta travel through space to keep the family safe. Check your connections, can they handle the bass? If they reflect your face, it amplifies the existence of your significance, but only if you survive the collision. It'll be okay, even if you're feeling like there ain't no way. You're still with us today, it's gonna be okay. Okay. Alright, it'll be okay. Even if you're feeling like there ain't no way, you're still with us today, it's gonna be okay. 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 I think I'm feeling alright. And I'll admit that sometimes I'm probably tongue-tied. Got me staring at the sun like my shoes ain't come untied. The clown face got replaced by this mountain of the Midwest average from the mid-2000s, And being the best was never the intended destination. I just want appreciation for my presentation. Even if I was the only human left in population, this is dedicated to the dedication. You better love yourself today, cause tomorrow will be harder. Put your guard up, don't let them penetrate your armor. Collect whatever crumbs you got and keep them in a bread box. You knew I was the one when I was sleeping in the wet spot. And maybe if you had $1 for all of your doubters, maybe you could grow a salad and water the flowers. I know the zookeeper seen my leash and my collar. I'm in a tuxedo smoking weed in the shower. It'll be okay, even if you're feeling like there ain't no way. You're still with us today, it's gonna be okay. Okay. Alright, it'll be okay. Even if you're feeling like there ain't no way, you're still with us today, it's gonna be okay. Okay. I think I'm feeling alright.